Okay, two different methods to measure your ring size at home. There is a tool that is made specifically for this purpose, but again, we don't have access to it because we're not in the studio. So we're gonna kind of makeshift these. So the preferred method would be to have a ring that already fits you on whatever finger you want to model your ring for. And if that is the case, we are going to be measuring the internal diameter of this ring using a ruler that does have the metric system on it. So we want to measure in millimeters, not using our imperial measurement. My ruler, like right there, is the first millimeter. So each one of these little lines is a millimeter. The numbers are centimeters, which are 10 millimeters. And I'm gonna line my first line up with, there we go, the inside edge of my ring, not the outside edge, right? The inside edge, because that's the side that's fitting against my finger. And then I'm going to just kind of see where it matches up over here, which is a little hard because my ruler is old and everything's worn off. And I'm trying to read it upside down. Well, it's about 16.5 millimeters, so I'm going to remember that measurement. If you do not have a ring that fits you, I can kind of measure using a scrap of paper. So this scrap of paper is about 1/4 of an inch wide, or like 7 millimeters. And again, for whichever finger I want to make this ring for, I'm going to just kind of, out of the frame, gently wrap this around and mark where the overlap occurs. And then I can measure this as well. So, let's do it this way so I can actually see the numbers. And it looks like we have about a 61.5. Okay.
Now that I have my different measurements, I have two, depending on which finger I want to design my ring for. But once you have your measurement, whichever system you use, you're going to go to our project handout and scroll to the bottom. There we go. And we have this chart that will tell us what size ring we are depending on our circumference or our diameter, whichever measurement system we chose. So I measured with the paper, which was the circumference of my finger, my pointer finger. I got 61, which is about right in here, a 9.5 or a 9 3/4. That's a little bit off from what I actually wear. Paper measurements, like measuring around your finger with paper, is not the most accurate way to do it because paper's thickness is different than a metal ring. It is, if you have a ring that fits you for whatever finger you're wanting to model for, I would suggest just measuring that internal diameter. So for the ring I measured that fits me, I got 0.5, which is a size 6. Which is accurate. That's the size ring I wear on my ring finger. So yeah, if you have a ring that fits you, go ahead and measure that internal diameter using your metric ruler, and that's probably the most accurate way to find your ring size in our particular circumstances.